the Superdome.
Tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night between the Baltimore Ravens and the New Orleans Saints. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9?
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Here's Walker to start the drive.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one good for 37 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The Saints at 6 and 2 to start play. They come in playing really well on both sides of the ball. They've won 6 of their last 8 CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try for the first with Walker.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles tells you points, maybe not the touchdown that they wanted.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Following the made field goal, Lutz to kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. They'll start the drive with Harris. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
This defense for the Saints, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
Powell completing the quick throw out wide. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Powell. Man open is Robinson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This caught left side by the tight end Parham. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync.
And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Najee Harris with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Ravens are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
And the Saints are going to get possession of the football as time will run out on this first quarter of play. To the right side, this is Walker.
And some space here. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9.
48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? We just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Love. Quick slant here to Smith. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. A little tough on the secondary there. In zone defensively. Quarterback had time to survey and find a spot.
And if you want to change things up and put a little more pressure on him, you can go to man coverage. Everyone matches up and send more pressure. But you can also do it out of zone coverage if you're worried about what's going to happen on your back end. Send someone else, drop someone else out of the line. The old zone blitz could come into play to try and get that pressure on the quarterback.
Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. The kick by Lutz is good. And they'll get it back with a point at 7-6.
So Charles, he gets it into their first turnover of the game and then make it work with an extra field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are. But let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Now Howell.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Will Lutz now to try the New Orleans field goal. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. The kick by Lutz is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7.
They got the turnover in great field position, but unable to do anything with it. And they're left taking the easy 3 on the field goal.
Yeah, you're right about that. A great chance at a short field touchdown. On a sudden change, you take the ball away. You expect your offense to put it into the end zone, but they'll take the 3 from now, even if they feel just a little bit let down.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
63 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in his first half.
From the 41, Powell.
That swung out wide to Harris.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. There'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. That brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught 11 on the field. Those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. So here we go, 4th down, Howell.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this defense will take over right at midfield.
Straight ahead, Walker.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
8 yards to go on 2nd down. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers. But how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll take this down to the 33.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Good field position to start the drive under the gun now here on 3rd and 8.
Powell throwing on 3rd down here.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
So his struggles just continuing here in the first half, throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know what they've always said? I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
Just what we want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Love looking to throw it.
Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down.
He got 29 yards that time.
That's a big gainer on that play. And from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. So that would have been something from that distance, but to no avail. Comes up empty as we have reached the intermission. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's like fire and brimstone. You got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Gets by him, and now a little daylight. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
Saints 9. Justin Tucker to kick off football.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Love. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hardy. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
And some room to maneuver. There he goes, left side. Touchdown. Ken Walker, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Saints have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Love throwing for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And the Ravens are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there. Needed 4.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's Hardy set to return.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
With the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick, and the Ravens will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection, and now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
From just shy of midfield, Powell. It's brought in by Harris.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Taken down by Pete Warner.
Another good run for him. What else is new? Got to put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
On 2nd and 9.
Powell, throw over the middle into the hands of the tight end Parham.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field.
Here's Howell.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he will have a Ravens first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun.
157 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down.
And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They're going to run a little pop pass here.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play.
And in for the Ravens touchdown.
Najee Harris.
His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 19 on the year.
And the Ravens Ravens have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for two. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more, but this is an excellent opportunity.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Love now. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him.
Big Vita Vea pushing his way through to wind up with a sack.
The offense on third down tonight, they've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This will be 3rd and 15. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And Howe will throw it.
Got a man, it's caught. For a Ravens touchdown.
Donald Parham.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw now. Here's Love. And he fires one incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. P.J. Williams with a pick, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Love. Over the middle to Smith.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
From the gun, they run with Michelle. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. To pass, here's Jordan Love. They'll check this one down to Michelle. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 8 there on the play. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, here's Walker.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints.
Kenneth Walker,
His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year.
and the Saints have made it a one-score game again. Here are the 4.
After the touchdown, wants to kick it off.
Fair catch. Gain of the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
Rookie to rookie on the hookup there, and it's a 1st down.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. Well, he's got some breathing room. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Now throwing on 1st down here.
Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 1st and goal. 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Howell from the gun.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. Oh, no, he lost the football. The Saints say they have it, and they do. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10. At the 8-yard line.
Love looking to throw.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Kyle Hamilton picks it,
and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
At the 26-yard line.
They'll try to right side with Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
Brown with his stick skills, and he'll be out of bounds. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Tucker now for the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score, Ravens 34, Saints 22. Justin Tucker in the kickoff for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fair catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Throwing. Love. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it.
Trent McDuffie with a pick, and the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough, but man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback.
There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
Christian Watson
with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Ravens tack on another score as they have dominated this fourth quarter.
Tucker with the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game.
Justin Tucker in the kickoff.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And this will be a return from deep in the end zone.
The Saints take over first down 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Ready. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Touchdown, Saints.
Trey McBride.
An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Saints have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
One last shot now for Love. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair, but leading a high deficit a bit forward. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Ravens take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
looks like he'll throw here. And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.
Well, partner, under the lights in primetime, this offense, they gave the nation quite a show, putting up that many points to come away with what will certainly be a memorable win for them.
And, Brandon, I think it's as simple as this. Some players, some teams, they're just meant for the big stage. And when they get a chance to play in this type of atmosphere, where all eyes are on them and all the lights are shining brightly, they show up and they show out.
So for Baltimore, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the loss will drop them to 6-3 now on the year.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.